Hey guys, okay, so it's here. It's wet. We're in Ventura, California. It's January the 9th, and it's wet as heck, and it just arrived, and I'm gonna unbox it right now. Let's see what this is. I know what this is, but let's see how this goes, okay? So let me flip the camera over. Let's look at this thing. Let's spend some time, because I'm excited about this. Okay. My handy dandy little box cutter I just got for Christmas. I love this because it is a folding box cutter, and for some reason I didn't even know they made these things, but really cool. I'm gonna be very careful with this box because there is a chance I return this. It's not cheap. In fact, it's quite expensive, being $2,500. Probably the most expensive single electronic item I've bought since the Cintiq, the Wacom Cintiq, which I use all the time. But this is an expensive little piece of machinery, and I bought the package on Amazon that has like this extra stuff. So it's gonna come with some extra goodies. It's gonna come with whatever this is. A little memory card, a filter, I think an extra battery, things like that. Yeah, it's gonna have an extra battery, a charger. So there's a couple other like goodies that it's coming with, so that's good. Usually those kits, those little like kits are kind of lame, but I think this one's actually not that bad. I don't know what this is. So we've got a couple extra things, but who cares about that, right? What we're here for is the main event, which is this bad boy. Let's take a look at this packaging. Now, I bought the kit lens. The kit lens is really, okay. You guys know that there's only certain lenses that are officially will take advantage of the 40 megapixel sensor, right? So even some of Fujifilm's newer lenses will not take advantage of all 40 megapixels. And what's weird is they sell this camera with this lens that this lens does not maximize the 40 megapixel. So it's not even one that's optimized. So that's kind of goofy, but it was basically $500, $400 or $500 for this lens. So I thought, like, worst case, I could sell it and probably maybe make a little bit off it. I'm not sure, but let's just open it up and see what's up. Okay, let's keep working on this here. Let me turn the light. Okay, so here we are. Oh boy, there's a manual. There's all these little things. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, I do want to remember how everything was set because, again, I might return this. There's the camera. I just want to hold this sucker. Now, I had the T30, the X-H2. I had that just 2 weeks ago, and I felt it was too small. So, yeah, this is not too small. This actually feels pretty good in my big mama hand. I got big hands. So I got big hands, and I just wanted to see what this was about. This was another $1,000 though, so it was not cheap, but it does feel pretty rugged. It does feel pretty cool. I mean, it should feel cool, right? This thing's expensive as all crap. Like I said, it's the same as my Cintiq, which is like, if you don't know what the Wacom Cintiq is, it's a big drawing tablet, digital drawing tablet. What's this? This is all the cords and sundries. This is like tons of stuff. Okay, cords. I don't even know what all these things are. This is what I wanted though. I wanted the battery because I want to start charging this bad boy up. I think this is a battery. Or no, wait. Is this the battery? I don't even know. I think it is, but it's kind of... Oh no, here's a battery. And there's a lot of stuff in this packaging. This is the battery. I'm assuming it's going to be dead, but let's give it a shot, shall we? Yeah, it's dead. Let's put a memory card in here too. Let's look at the lens. Okay. It's like raining and flooding, and so it's like the whole city's like going wild right now. Oh, how do I get this damn thing out? Okay, these packaging is kind of crazy. Okay. It feels secure, but it's freaking wild. Okay, there's the lens, little flare guard, whatever it's called. Cap. Let's put this bad boy in. And let's just see how. There it is. Match this up. There you go. There you go. It's not super heavy. It's not super heavy. It does look pretty cool though. It does look pretty cool. There is no kind of cap. I'm definitely going to want some sort of a thing on this thing. Yeah, it's dead. Battery's no juice. So let's put some juice in this battery. We'll turn it on. We'll play with it. I'll get back to you guys. But here's the unboxing, basically. Here's the camera. Man, it does feel very expensive. Makes me nervous. Makes me nervous. Okay, be back. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's been 4 days that I've had the Fuji X-H2. And if you're watching this video, $2,000 isn't a big deal for you, potentially. So the price isn't that big of a deal. For me, it kind of is, because with the lens little deal I got on Amazon, it's $2,500, which is the same price as my Cintiq and my Super 73, which is like the biggest thing I've ever bought. So this was a big purchase for me. It's no small feat. It is big boy money. And I won't even tell you the sundry of activities I had to do to be able to earn enough for this. This was not coming out of like paychecks money, but this was like, comic conventions, selling stuff. I mean, a bunch of things. But, and really, I had the Fujifilm X-T30 version 2 for about 4 days. I know that wasn't enough time to give it a chance. And really, that was like $1,200 cheaper. No, excuse me, it's $1,000 cheaper. $1,000 still is a lot of money. You could buy a lot of stuff with that. But I got rid of that one because it was small. It felt, this maybe sounds silly, but it felt small on my hand. And the viewfinder just felt like I was looking at some computer monitor. And I'm going to admit, the reason why I picked this one over the X-T5 was the viewfinder is 5 point something million versus the X5, the T5, which is 3.69 million. And I was looking at the X Pro 3, of course, because I like the rangefinder. I have a vintage rangefinder film, a camera that I really like. So I was thinking of that, but then I heard there's some issues with if you use the optical viewfinder, you can't focus, or there's some like things that you can't really get out of it. So I was like, well, you know, maybe I'll go for this just because it's a better viewfinder. So I got this for 2 reasons. The viewfinder, and it's bigger. It feels more substantial. And when I opened the package, in the last 4 days I've used it, it definitely feels a premium quality. I mean, it is rugged, it's sturdy, it's solid. Yeah, I do miss the dials. I'll be honest. I really liked the T30 having those exposure dial, the ISO dial, that kind of stuff was really nice. And then the T5 and T4 have exposure, ISO, and shutter speed. I really think that's cool, man. I really do wish this had it. I'll be honest. This does have the PASM, style, and it's got 7 different recording modes. And I today went around and I have some different settings. So I went here and I fiddle-farted with all the different ones that I'm shooting. And that was kind of cool. But I don't like the way I have to change the ISO. I don't like the way I have to change the shutter speed. There's just some things in here that it's not quite intuitive. Even doing the aperture on the lens is a little like, for some reason, it kind of weirds me out. I don't know why, that's a weird one. And then, use the front command dial for certain things, which I don't really care for. You can't push in the command dials. So, yeah, it's been 4 days. It's going to take me a while to kind of like learn this, understand this. And this dial here, which people love, I mean, it's okay, but honestly, I don't really look at it much. I don't like, oh, I can still take 1,000 photos. I mean, I guess it has my settings on here, like, oh, I'm shooting at this shutter speed, but for some reason, it doesn't really do much. I would rather have had a freaking dial there, to be honest. It's a bit of a bummer. If the T5 had a better viewfinder, I would have just got the T5. I probably would have liked it more. But I'm starting to really like this. I do like the film, modes. I do like that I do have these 7 different, 7 is a lot, 7 different kind of like customized ways of shooting. You can do one for print, you can do a black and white one, you can do social media one, you can do different dimensions. I mean, that's really kind of fun. Menus is not too bad. The screen here, people really bag on the screen not being fully articulated. It doesn't bother me that much. Yeah, sometimes I would like to kind of like have it come down here, but honestly, I shoot in the viewfinder. So I'm always here, so that doesn't bother me much. And when I have used this to do video, to be able to flip it is pretty nice. So I do like that part of it. And this is a little bit more geared towards film. I'm going to be using this next week down on the documentary that I'm working on. So I will have more thoughts after I've shot with it a lot for the next week. I'm just going to be using this biscuit. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, dude, there's just so much in here. This thing is a computer, and it's a beast, and it's kind of wild. And it's going to take me a while to really nail it down. Now, I know this lens isn't optimized for it. I'm not going to get the full 40 megapixels, but 40 megapixels is probably overkill anyway. There is more of a kind of a smaller, pancake, I guess it would be considered lens, the 27 millimeter. I do want to get a nice prime 27 millimeter for more kind of street photography. That'll kind of cut down on the size and the massiveness, because this thing does feel massive, especially when you put the lens hood on. I mean, this feels like a big, and then if I'm going like this, it's like this big old, it's kind of wild. So it'd be nice to get that little guy. I got a adapter for my vintage Minolta lenses, and I have a 35 millimeter. I got a number of little old lenses. So I slapped the 35 millimeter vintage lens on this and I shot it for a day, and it was really cool. All manual focus, which is what I like anyway. So I'm manually focusing. I'm enjoying it. I liked that a lot. So the fact that I can put vintage lenses for some kind of old school fun stuff is cool. You could do that with any of them though. But just being new to the Fujifilm system is cool. So yeah, I'm really having fun with it. I will not return it. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to return this thing, dude. The viewfinder is really, I'm really loving that. And I do love all the modes. I just, when I'm in there, I'm in the shot, I'm always wind up just going to exposure, and I'm just using the command dial and I'm exposing, you know. I'm not really getting into my triangle. I'm not really changing my aperture, my shutter speed, my ISO, because it's just not as like easy and convenient to get there, even when I'm in manual mode. So maybe I just need to like play around a bit with it. I figured out how to fix the ISO, so at least I can use the back buttons to kind of do that. But then the shutter speed still is an issue that I'm not too hot on how they maneuver that. But anyway, there you go. That's my quick little review, the unboxing. Amazing camera. Is it worth $2,000, $2,500 with the lens? I don't know. You probably could get better. You probably could get stuff cheaper. Whether it's better, I don't know. But it's pretty freaking fun. So there you go. There you go. That's the video. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. Bye.